The ocean, one of man's biggest mysteries, but one of nature's greatest achievements. The ocean has always been blooming with life, from its beautiful reefs to its slick sharks darting through its dark green forests of kelp. People over the years have created newer and more innovative ways to bag, build, or pack things, but the byproducts of those innovations are very detrimental to the ocean's ecosystem. Our love for bigger and better has created so much unneeded pollution to the Earth's oceans.
However, the ocean is not indestructible. We make and use so much plastic that not all of it can stay on land. We use 2 million plastic bottles every 5 minutes in the US. Humans create 220 million tons of trash a year, and about 7,000 tons of that trash is in the ocean, and that amount is growing as we speak. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch, a place where disregarded garbage left astray finds its way to the ocean and piles in a huge portion of our ocean, creating plastic soup. Every day, more plastic and waste makes its way to the patch, filling our environment with garbage that is distracting the habitat of ocean creatures and is becoming a danger to their well-being and survival. Now you may be wondering, how is this caused? And the answer is you.
It all starts with the water bottle you threw on the ground, the plastic bag you let fly away, and the wrapper you forgot to pick up. It's important to understand that the litter thrown onto the ground or into the ocean doesn't just disappear. That one piece of trash left on the ground turns into millions when the population continues to follow through with their bad habits. Actually, there's a cycle almost every piece of trash that ends up into a gyre goes through. First, the trash is thrown onto the ground or into a large body of water. Either the wind currents or wave movements carry the trash through the ocean onto something called a trash highway. This is basically a strong ocean current that carries the trash near or into a gyre. At the center of a gyre, there is a collection of litter and marine debris. One of the largest and well-known gyres is known as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch.
The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is very dangerous to our marine life because the animals can mistake trash for food, and when they eat it, they feel full when they are actually starving. This leads to continuous deaths throughout the marine life, and not only are these animals dying from eating plastic, but it interrupts their food chain because the animals that eat the smaller ones are also getting sick because they are consuming the plastic that the smaller animal had mistaken for a meal earlier that day. We are the cause, and this is the effect.
I'm pretty disappointed with different Drake students and also other people that I see in this community. For example, if you walk around at lunch, after people have eaten, they just leave their trash on the field, in the hallways, and we gotta all do a better job of recycle what you can and throw away your trash. There's 5 different gyres where plastic accumulates in our oceans. The largest being the North Pacific Garbage Patch. And I think it's all of our responsibilities to throw away our trash when we can, especially after lunch at Drake. And then also, it's our responsibility in our community to educate others and make it possible for them to have sustainable ways of recycling their trash. One thing that I've been researching is a Dutch engineer. His name is Boyan Slat, and he's 22 years old. And he created a system where it creates an artificial coastline around the 5 Pacific Ocean gyres and the plastic accumulates in these areas, and it uses the world's currents to accumulate the plastic, and ultimately that is a much easier way to clean up the world's plastic in our oceans.
Picking up trash around your community and not having litter around is important so that it won't end up in the creeks and rivers which lead to the ocean.
People's minds have to be swayed on the subject of waste management, and it may be by them physically seeing trash being cleaned up or being educated on the subject. So in the future, they will learn not to be so foolhardy with their trash consumption, but either way, the solution starts with you.
We started to help solve it little by little by beach cleanup days, and we need to start cutting down on using plastic and begin using reusable water bottles more often. The basics, such as recycling, helps. However, not enough to make a significant change in our society. Picking up trash around your community and not having litter around is important, so it won't end up in the creeks and rivers which lead to the ocean. Buying food and other items with recyclable packaging will help reduce the amount of trash going into the ocean. Doing this will also show companies that we want packages that are environmentally friendly. Instead of friendly to our wallets, the power in our hands, try to solve environmentally problems is a difficult problem to tackle all by yourself. So by educating your peers on waste management and waste elimination, it will hopefully get the word out and it maybe inspire people to cut down on their waste consumption.